Y'all come on back in. Hey. Listen, it started getting good and just went out, right? So don't allow yourself to always try to change the product. The golf club never changed. It's about the person understanding how to change themselves. And I want y'all to remember that. I want you to understand that. I need you to know who and what you're dealing with. And don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to be committed. I need you to know, are you interested or are you committed? And you're going to know by the way you show up every single day for yourself. What is it that you're doing? Are you interested or are you committed? Are you interested or are you committed? It's that simple. It's that simple. What you do every single day dictates who you are. What you do every single day tells you what you're capable of doing. Either you're settling and getting more and more in backtracked, or you're advancing and you're moving towards your purpose. I'm committed to being committed. I love it. I love it. I love it. But commitment is not for the emotions. I said this the other day. Entrepreneurship is not for the WEEK. Entrepreneurship is not for the WEEK. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. Y'all understand that? Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It's not. You have to realize that. Purpose is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. Marcus, what's going on, bro? It's not for the weak. And a lot of y'all saying, oh, Lord, he from Marlboro County, so he misspelled. No, that's what I meant. It's not for the weak. This thing has to happen for you every day. Purpose is not for the weak. That's what we should say. That's what I should say, because everybody doesn't have to be an entrepreneur. Purpose is not for the weak. It's a commitment. I need y'all to understand that. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to you doing it every single day. Giovanni, amazing business. But there are some days that I know she probably want to take all that cake batter and just throw it out the window. Janice, the health stop. I'm sure there are days where she doesn't want to do what she's called to do every single day. There are days that I don't want to get on and encourage you guys. There are days that I don't want to answer my phone for realtors. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to talk. But I purpose in my mind that I'm committed, and I have a purpose and I have a mission that says this is what I'm going to carry out. She said today. Purpose is not for the weak. It's a commitment that you do every single day. And too often, we're so busy trying to satisfy things in our mindset that we don't look at how to actually or actively control the business. Let me help you out with something. Most business owners, black business owners, hear me out. Most black business owners never learn how to scale the business without their efforts being there daily. A lot of time, business owners, black business owners, get stuck at something called hustle. And hustle is great, but hustle means you own a business. You own a job. I own a job, right? It's not the fact that you have the ability to do things past waking up to whatever your business hours are. And what I want business owners to realize is you have the ability to start a business. You're going to hustle in the beginning, but your entire company is not going to grow globally, nationally, internationally, regionally, or however you're trying to get it to grow if you're always in the way. You're always there. You always got to open and close. You got to make the biscuits. You got to fry the chicken. You got to cook the string beans. You got to pour the tea. Whatever business you're doing, if you're going to do better in business, you're going to have to understand that you're going to have to think past the hustle. And thinking past the hustle is bigger than talent. It's bigger than skill. It comes with understanding how to think and be committed to understanding the process of growth. I went through something in my career the last couple of years that grew me up so much mentally that I'm so thankful for it now, because my prayer was I need to be, if you can do it on your own, your vision is too small. I need to be in a place where I can talk to business owners from different dialects and they understand, because I've been through certain experiences, right? Or certain things. And I didn't realize I was setting myself up to go through things. You really got to be careful when you're praying to God and you ask him for certain things, because God is so God that he will teach you a lesson with the result. God teaches lessons from results to me. He doesn't teach lessons from experiences and you almost get to the end. God says, cool, you want more patience? I'm going to cause people to aggravate you. Cool, you want more money? I'm going to cause you to understand how to function in poverty. Cool, you want more of this? I'm going to I'm going to get you to answer or deal with this in the opposite. Because you got to think, he's Alpha and Omega. So it would be crazy for him to only give you Alpha and you never experience the Omega. How can you successfully talk from an experienced platform that you don't understand the end result? So in order for you to really know how to speak on a situation, you have to experience it from the result and not the process. Right? When you're looking for something to be able to transfer from one software to the next, there's something called loading. And when it gets done, it says process complete. A lot of us are still loading and we never finish what it is we're called to do. So we kind of halfway know and experience those things. But God is not that kind of teacher. God will say, cool, that's what you want. Got it. You're going to experience this. And let me tell you something. You have a testimony like nobody business, because you understand this thing all the way through. And in business, I started to see things happening. I said, okay, God, I know I said I wanted to be able to talk to people, but I just said talk to them. I didn't have to go through this. Oh, okay. So you don't really want to know how they're going to be anguished. You don't want to know how they're going to be up late trying to figure out how to keep the business together. You don't want to be able to know how it feels to have the pressure of more than 60, 70 people depending on your voice, and you have to get up and tell them how to move next. Oh, you just want to be able to come in and tell them everything's going to be all right and give them some fake words about how it's going to be great. No, if you're going to be effective in what you're telling other people, you're going to have survived it. The problem with a lot of us is we're taking advice from victims and not survivors. We're taking advice from people that have been pitied because they're in a situation, and not advice from people that are saying, yeah, I was in it, I mastered it, and I got through it, and here's how you can. Stop taking advice from victims and take advice from survivors. Listen, I'm sorry. I need you to have the ability to tell me how you survived it. I don't need you to tell me how to cry in it. I don't need you to tell me you place your tissue here and you wake up at 7:30 and you cry, and you get in the shower and you cry a little bit more. And then after you cry a little bit more, you light candles and then you cry again, throw some salt over your shoulder, and then you turn around. No, I need you to tell me, Damian, it's going to hurt. You're going to take time to grieve, but I need you to have a deadline to how long you're going to allow yourself to miss out on life because it hurts. It's going to hurt when you move. It's going to hurt when you get up. You're going to have days where it still hurts, even in the successful place, because it happened. But what you cannot do is stay in a situation or predicament just because it hurt. We know it hurts. We know it doesn't feel good. We know you lost people, you lost connections, you lost family members, but is it enough to stop you from saying it has the ability to snatch my life? You might as well. How is it that you're living dead? How is it that it has the ability to pause you and anchor you to a place, a location, because now you can't move? It's going to hurt regardless. But as time progresses, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Nobody shows you battle wounds, because people that have battle wounds are dead. People that have battle scars have stories. Y'all not listening to me. You listen, you're going to carry something away from you in a fight. You have to decide, what am I going to carry away from this? These scars, these emotional scars that I have, these things that are going on in my life, they're going to be a roadmap to how I tell people I survived. I made it through. And too often, a lot of us are stuck in a situation. We're in 2022, but a lot of us, we learned by Crystal, who's on here. She taught an amazing 2 nights with me. She taught us that a lot of us are dealing with things in our life that we never recovered from at the age of 8. We just kept having birthdays. But we never really got over those issues in life. And you're stuck in a bad decision. The time somebody broke your heart, the time that somebody rejected you, the time that you didn't be who you thought you should be in that time. Somebody molested you, somebody did you wrong. It hurts. Something was taken from you. But if you're going to blame what happened, you have to blame why you're successful. I'm a victim of my environment. I'm a product of my environment, I should say. Why? Because my environment was tough. My environment was hard knock. And I became that person. Does it mean I turn off all emotions and I'm just hardened person? No. But it means I purposed in my mind that I'm going to survive. Let me tell you something. Kevlar is not stronger than a made-up mind. And Kevlar stops bullets. There is nothing stronger than a determined mind. The only thing that can stop a determined mind is God. Listen, there's a scripture in the Bible where they talked about how they were trying to build a tent that would reach heaven, and God twisted the language of them because they were that determined. When your mind is made up that I'm going to be something and I'm going to conquer something, there is no body, no feeling, one body, two body, anybody, somebody that can change your mind. But your mind is not made up. Your mind is not made up. It's not clear. It's not clear. Think about a bed that's made. It's clear. Think about a bed that's not made. It's all over the place. That's what your mind looks like. It's definitive. Okay, cool. Well, what people say, well, I mean, okay, well, I see your mind is made up, so I'm going to stop talking. When your mind is made up, there is nothing that can stop you from carrying out what it is that you have purpose to do. But that's the problem. A lot of us, we've not made up our mind. Your mind hadn't been made up in 10 years. Your mind hasn't been made up in 15 years. Your mind hasn't been made up in 8 years. You mean to tell me that you've just been casually going through life? Listen, you've missed out on life because of a decision you didn't make. What if tonight, whatever you were purposed to do in life, you made up your mind, and in 3 months, you were living out exactly what it is you made up in your mind you would do? What happened for me if my mind wasn't made up, and in 6 months that would be 37 years for me that I just allowed my life to pass me by simply from a decision. Listen, we make them every single day. If I ask you, what do you want to eat? And you say, I want Chick-fil-A. Well, where I live, I get out of my car, I get out of my apartment, I go to Chick-fil-A, or I get in my car, I go to the end of the road, I make a right, 2 lights down, I turn into the parking lot. Now, from the time that I established here in front of you that I want to go eat Chick-fil-A, I was not in the location to do it. There was something that I had to do to get there. But it wasn't a whole lot. When you make up your mind, that's half the battle. Now I just need the directions on how to get to where I'm supposed to get to. A lot of us think that the problem is in the directions. It's not. The problem is in the ambiguity about whether you're going to be what you're supposed to be or you're not. When you decide to do what it is you want to do, the directions have been made for you. The way have been made for you, unless you're going to be the first person in life to ever do it. Well, I think everybody has done something in life that somebody else wants to do, unless you're just a trailblazer and nobody else has done it before. If you are not, it's been done already. You just have to make up in your mind, I want to do it. Now, show me how I get there. It can't be, I want to do it, but I just got this other stuff going on. And I got this going on, and it costs this much to do it. And by the time I get off work, I'm just tired and I don't really feel like doing nothing else. So I don't really know. I'm going to look at it next year. And when next year comes, well, I didn't do it this time because COVID was happening. And because COVID happened, I just had so much stuff going on. I was depressed and I was this and I was that. And now, now it's 2021. And then, it just kind of went crazy for me. I was still getting over COVID and all those things happened, and it's 2022 now, and I'm gonna get there. I just got to a slow start, and that turns into from 2019 or 2020 to 2025, and you're still indecisive about what you're doing. What if you woke up tomorrow and you wanted Chick-fil-A, and in 2026 you still have not eaten because you have not made the decision to make up your mind to get in the car to go? That would be so stupid, because you really feel like, and you understand and know, all I have to do is get in the car and go. Well, that's all you have to do in life. Get in the car and go. Right? What I am telling you is this. Will there be traffic? Absolutely. There's traffic. There's traffic on the road to purpose. There's traffic on the road to destiny. There's traffic. There could be accidents. There could be detours. I might get out to the stop sign and they tell me you can't go this way. You got to go down Brickyard, cut up to North Springs, go back through Sand Hills, come back down 2 notch to make a left entrance at Spring Valley to go to the back to get to the Chick-fil-A line. My destination did not change. I took detours. I had to get through detours and traffic. But because I made up in my mind that I wanted Chick-fil-A, that's what I'm going to eat. Well, what happens when I can't get from either side of that Chick-fil-A line? Guess what? I can hop on 77 and go to the one at another location. Why? Because I've purposed in my mind that's what I want. And a lot of us want a straight path from start to finish. And because it's blocked with road traffic, it's blocked with hazards, it's blocked with detours, it's blocked with things that's going to keep us from getting where we need to be, we settle for McDonald's. And we get lousy customer service. Our order is not complete. The drink machine, the McFlurry machine is not working. They throw your card back at you and they rush you to complete your order because it wasn't convenient for you to get in purpose, you settled for what was close. And a lot of y'all are suffering with going to some place that you've not been completely serviced, but because it was available, then now you're there. Yeah. And then you look 10 years down the road and trying to figure out, well, how come they got everything they want in life and I'm still settling for I'm still settling for paying for something that I'd even get all the way. Because y'all know McDonald's will not put everything in the bag. Let's be honest. Why? Because they've decided to take the non-easy way. Commitment simply talks about restricting your freedom. And if you have freedom, you don't have commitment. If you have freedom, you don't have commitment. Because there's no way that you can be free and have commitment. Because commitment says, I'm going to need you to restrict the things that you're doing to focus on what you're trying to accomplish so you can be successful in what you're doing. Are you interested or are you committed? And the only way to tell is by your actions. You're not going to be able to tell me one thing and I see something else. Again, it's about trust. How many times have you lied to you? And when you say a thing, it does not align with your body, your heart, your soul, and your mind. Because your body language is totally different. It's off. Interested or committed. It's the year of less mistakes. We've been talking about that. Everybody, the year of less mistakes. We're not going to keep putting ourselves in predicaments and in situations that cause us to lack. That's not who we are. That's not why we are. So I need everybody to find out what it is that you're going to commit to doing and realize that entrepreneurship is not for, purpose is not for the WEEK. It's not for the weak. It's a commitment. It's a commitment. And I need you to be committed. That's right. Pretty Peach 125. The year of less mistakes. Krishan, how you do, sir? The year of less mistake. I want y'all to prosper, be in health, even as your soul prospers. That's what Gaius told the people that he were talking to as he was traveling with Paul. I want you to prosper. My guy on here, Iyke, he crushed us the last time he was on here. He talked about the cost of inaction. If you're supposed to be making $150,000 and you're only making 125, or you're only making 25,000, it's because you're not doing something. And it's costing you $125,000. We so often look at the cost of action. that we don't take into consideration the cost of inaction. How much does it cost you to not be committed? What have you lost in the last 10 years because you didn't follow through? This is for real. Where would your life have been had you not given up on whatever it is you were passionate about at 18? What would you be doing right now? What country, what island, what things could you have owned and possessed in life had you not given up 10, 15 years ago? You have the ability to salvage the time. You have the ability to get back into whatever it is you were purposed to do. But you can't do it complaining. You can't do it just interested. You can't do it just haphazardly. You have to do it from a committed place. And that means when I feel like it and when I don't. Again, I've been teaching for 3 hours straight. In 4 minutes, I will have been teaching for 3 hours straight. Why? Because I'm committed. There are so many people assigned and attached to my life that I don't have the hours in a day to waste. I don't put content out because it feels good. When I went 15 plus million views on TikTok, I didn't do that because I was trying to get views. People ask me, man, what did you do to get 15 million views on one video? Did you boost it? No. I was consistent. I put out content that was relevant to what I experienced and to what I knew the people that are assigned to me have been experiencing. And it caused me to go viral. I didn't boost it. I've never bought a follower. I've organically grown my platform. When you look down my platform, you don't see every other person in my followers with a white picture and they have no followers, no post, and 2 or 3 followers. That's not me. I organically want to reach everybody that I come in contact with. And my goal is to do 2 things: convict people to understand that they don't have to live a life beneath their purpose, and to convince people that they deserve whatever they worked hard for, and that God has the ability to take their life to places they never thought imaginable. And every day that I wake up, I will do that. Why? Because I'm committed. I'm not just interested. I'm committed. If you're committed, put a 1 in the comments. I want to see it. If you're committed to being a better you, you're committed to having your emotions in check, if you're committed to having your family healthy, wealthy, and wise, if you're committed to being the best business owner, if you're committed to being the best number 2 person on your job, in your career, whatever it is you're doing, I need you to put a 1 in the chat. Come on. If you're committed, I need to see the 1s. Let me see your 1s. Put the 1 in the chat. If you're committed, let me see your 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Iyke, let's go. Let's go. Yes, there was class tonight. It was at 6:30. The email went out. Let me see your 1. Let me see your 1. Let me see your 1. That's it. That's it. Let me see your 1. Let me see your 1. And don't just put this 1 because it's easy to do because your phone is in your hand. When you get off this live, you need to be able to articulate how I'm going to do what it is I've been given, because it's who you are. Bruh, Iyke, what's going on, man? Because it's who I am. What's up,
Y'all
bro?
want to get me started tonight again.
What's up, man?
I'm all right. I'm just chilling. I'm heading back home. Just finished the podcast. Thank God I'm not driving.
You already know it.
Listen, I want a lot
Listen.
of people on here to understand that first, if you say you are of God, made by God, like God, and of the Spirit of God, I first need you to understand that God is a God of multiplication. And God is a God of prosperity. So how can you say you are of God and you do not prosper?
Mm.
So I need you to understand that the reason why a lot of people do not grow is because your dreams are not big enough.
Mm.
And I want everybody to write 5D. 5D, if you can hear me, write 5D and I'll tell you the meaning of 5D. 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 Give me the 5Ds. Give me the 5Ds. 5D. And the 5Ds that you all need to know is dreams, desire, thank you guys, determination, destiny, and destination. Those are the principles that you need to succeed in life. I repeat, dreams, desire, determination, destiny, and destination. For every burning dream, for every dream that you have inside of you, there has to be a burning desire within you
Mm.
that would make you determined enough to get out there, put in the work, execute, take action, even if you have to fail. All right? Hoping to say the right thing, be at the right place, at the right time, where everything aligns in your favor for you
Right.
to reach your destination. So, that alignment right there is destiny that leads to your destination. And that's the principle that you got to learn how to apply. Because for every dream that you have, at some point you only wanted to have a child. At some point you wanted to go to high school. At some point you wanted to go to college. At some point you want to start at something. That dream is going to die. Appreciate you, sir. That dream is going to die. All right? And after that dream is dead, all right? Once you get to that destiny, it's done. You got to dream bigger. You got to go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
You got to start a whole new dream,
Yep.
a whole new desire,
Mm-hmm.
a whole new determination,
Mm-hmm.
and you will meet new people in new places that will take you to new levels that will form your new destination.
Mm. Mm.
So, guys, you should never stop dreaming if you're of God, because our God is a God that creates.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that everything in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if I'm going Christian on you guys right now, but
Nah,
that's the
you
only
already know
thing
how
that
we
I
rock.
understand.
You know how we do it.
I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I need everybody to understand that that's the reason why we're putting out the Word out there. Because at the end of the day, if all it took God was the Word to change your lives, to change the world, to make waters, to make mountains, then probably all we need to do out here is to keep on putting out these words to change your lives forever.
Right.
Because it took somebody's word to get me thinking about my life, to take the actions that I took to get to where I'm going. So I need you all to understand that there's a reason why we're doing this lives.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why we're out here trying to sell you these words. You might call us preachers, but at the end of the day, you need our word to constantly remind you of what your destiny is. And you have the power to change that. And when it
Right.
comes to decision making, I need everybody on here to understand one thing. You ain't got no past and you ain't got no future. Think about that deeply. The only thing you have is now. Don't ever lose sight of that. Forget about your past. Your past is gone. You're here right now. A lot of times people ask me, yo, Ike, if you say I ain't got no past and I ain't got no future when it comes to decision making, I hear you, but how do I take control of my tomorrow? I want to let you know something right now.
Mhm.
Today was the tomorrow you hoped for yesterday.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Today, right now, was the tomorrow you hoped for yesterday. So all you need to learn is form the discipline to do what? Make sure you take control of your todays, and your tomorrow will be secure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The future is just today, yesterday. And I'm glad you said that, Ike, because the crazy part about that is this. The problem, they start off wrong. They start off wrong. The first D in this 5D is dreams. The problem with a lot of us is we fell so in love with sleep that there is nothing for us to grasp. Because when you fall in love with sleep, you're saying, oh, I'm going to go to sleep just so I can dream. And you're not dreaming. You're just falling in love with the fact that you get to do nothing. Dreaming, the dreaming has nothing to do with the fact that you're sleeping. We just need you to be able to interpret what it is that you're trying to do. Once you interpret what you're trying to do, then the desire comes, and the desire burns to determination, destiny, and destination. I'm telling you, you don't have the ability to go to sleep. You can't just be asleep. You can't. You have to understand that dreaming has nothing to do with you falling in love with being asleep. This has everything to do with you being able to establish what it is that you know you're created to do, that burns a desire on the inside, that causes you to be determined, has destiny, and gets you to a destination.
I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to get into my condo. And for those of you who
Absolutely.
think most of us are capping, I just want to inspire you guys. This is what it feels like. Sweet. This is what it feels like. This is what you got to come back to every day. All right? This is just to
Tell them
inspire
again.
everybody. All right? This is what you want to come back to every day.
Tell them
All
again.
right? I'm not showing you this because we're trying to make anybody feel bad, but we're saying, listen, we're no different from you guys.
Right.
We ain't got two heads. We don't
Right.
have 10 limbs.
Right.
We're not, do you understand, guys? Like, come on. We are, let me turn on this light so that.
South Carolina ain't got views like that.
So, what I'm saying, guys, is somebody said it can be asked too. It is yours. Okay, let me tell you
Absolutely.
guys something. Let me tell you guys something. Think about this, and let me show you how God works. First, before I say this, whatever you dream of, you can achieve. If you will not achieve it, I'm letting you know that your DNA, your sleep, will never dream about it. There are 1,000,000,001 things on earth, and you can't have it all. But if you can dream it, you can achieve it.
Absolutely.
I need everybody to understand that. Now, this is how it works. Let me tell you guys, let me give you guys a simple example. If I don't have a child, but if I bought right now my 6-year-old child or 5-year-old child, a house in Miami, a mansion in Miami, and let's say my daughter, and she comes to me and goes, Daddy, I'm 14. This house was bought in my name. This is the house that you got me when I was 6. All right. I've owned this house. It's been implanted in my DNA. It's going nowhere. It's paid for. All right. It's paid off. And I just want to say thank you, Daddy. But I am 16. I want to have my sweet 16th birthday Just me and my friends, males and females, for 2 weeks, 14 days. I don't need no adults present. We just want to rock my mansion that was willed to me when I was 6. How many people on here will say, that's good parenting? I should let my child go out to Miami alone, bunch of teenagers, spend the next 14 days throwing the biggest birthday bash. What would you guys say? Yes or no? Should I say yes or no?
No.
No, exactly. But if she came back when she was 36 and said, Dad, you remember the mansion you got for me when I was 6? I want to go out there with my boyfriend. Now she's giving me TMI details. We're going to be naked. We don't want no adults. We don't want no help, no maid. For the next 14 days, you and mama don't come anywhere close to Miami. What are you going to say at 36?
Go ahead.
Exactly. So my question to you guys about your wealth, about where you want to be, about the things that you dream of. My question to you is, God is asking you a question right now. You want me to give you the mansion that I've willed to you? You want me to give you the Bugatti that I've willed to you? You want me to give you the Lambo that I've willed to you? Are you 16 or are you 36? Because I need to understand that y'all should start praying. Because everything that you're praying for has already been willed into your life. It was willed into your life before you were born. If it was never willed into your life, I promise you, you will not be on this live right now listening to me. And Damian, no, you will not.
Mm-mm.
The reason why you're here listening right now is because today has been written that our paths would cross and this word would impact your soul.
Absolutely.
Do you guys understand this? So my question to you, when it comes to money management, when it comes to education, when it comes to ego, when it comes to everything that you want to do, when it comes to value, when it comes to giving, when it comes to forgiveness, when it comes to understanding, when it comes to hard work, when it comes to waking up, when it comes to copy, when it comes to learning, when it comes to network, when it comes to location, are you 16 or you're 36? Because I tell you, if you become mature enough because you did what? You skip the line, save yourself time, and get a mentor, you're going to be 36 at 18.
At 18. At 18.
All right? So when we ask you guys, get a mentor, get a mentor, get a mentor, we haven't stopped getting mentors. I'm still paying for mentorship into tens of thousands because there are levels to this stuff that we do.
Levels.
In the beginning, all you just want to do is probably make extra $5,000. Now, you make it, when it can get you to $20,000. Maybe what I have is not beyond $20,000, and you need to make $100,000. You get a new mentor that takes you to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to that level, you start having new problems.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You got to find a mentor that takes you to your millions. That's the way it works. That's why we have friends and mentors. And when we walk into that room, we vibrate with enough information that when two minds connect, I know I need him. He knows he needs me.
Right, right.
Because there are things that I'm saying in your community right now that's coming from my own experience. And there are things that he says to you already that's coming from his experience.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, if you want to pick up a bucket or a pail or whatever, you cannot pick it effectively with one finger. And that's why we all come together, because when we do it together, all right, nothing is beyond us. The problem you all have is you want to learn, but you don't want to learn to teach. You want to learn, but you want to keep it to yourself.
That's right.
You want to learn, but you want to go run the play yourself. Let me tell you guys something, how the mind works, so you guys understand why you need to start working the other way around, faster, mind over matter. A lot of people say it's fear, but it's not fear. Go look at the word, because fear serves you. If I get into a car right now and somebody was driving crazy, I get scared. So fear serves me. And I say, you know what? Fear, no. Fear makes me say, yo, you better drive right, or you know what, you pull over, let me step out of this car. If I see a snake that jumps in front of my face, all right, fear serves me. The right instinct is what? I
Jump back.
jump out, right?
Right.
So fear is what? Present threats. Is your response to present threats. But I'm going to break it to you guys right now. Do you know what you guys are going through? Anxiety. You know what anxiety is? Does anybody know what anxiety is on here? Anxiety is when you are expending energy over a future undesirable outcome. Future. I just told you you're going to be a millionaire. You already have anxiety. So when you say fear for the future, that's anxiety. It's in the future. Let me tell you what's happening. If you go to your car right now and you cut off the engine, right? And you put your foot on the gas. You don't move. You don't switch gears. You just put your foot on the gas and you go hard on it. What happens?
It revs up.
It revs up. What's going to happen to the car ultimately?
Go nowhere.
It's either you burn out the engine or you run out of gas. Right?
Right.
That's exactly what you guys are doing right now about your future. You're not even starting your destiny or your journey. You're staying in one spot and you're revving your gas and you're running out of breath and running out of gas. That's exactly what you guys are doing. Because I need you guys to understand this is how the mind works. Whenever there's a fact before you, it's a fact. Nobody can do anything about the fact. But there can never be one-sided coin. There are always two sides to every fact. Now, the only thing that we have the power to do constantly, I don't care what the story is, I keep saying it. I don't care how bad the story is. I don't care what your reality is right now. Is you have the power to shift your focus to the positive side or to the negative side, because actions is what? Equal and opposite. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. Now, if there are two sides to every fact, I needed to understand that entrepreneurs have developed a mindset to always see solution where they have problems. And you not being an entrepreneur just means whenever you see a problem, what do? You see the difference? Now, entrepreneurs have learned to face the problem, but this happens within a split second in your mind. Guys, listen. Whenever you see a fact before you, you just got a letter, you just got fired from work, you just lost your wife, you just lost your child, you just lost your parents, you just lost whatever. I don't care how bad the news is. There are two sides to a fact. If you focus on the good side, you develop a belief system called what? Faith. But if you focus on the negative side, you develop a belief system called what? Doubts. Immediately, this happens within a split second. It all depends on how you look at anything before you.
Absolutely.
All right? And when that happens, instantly, there's an emotion that is being created. Faith would create what? Anticipation. While doubts will create what? Anxiety. And believe it or not, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh, right?
Right.
Once you give in to any one of those emotions, I need you to understand that anticipation creates action, while anxiety stops you.
That's right. That's right.
So, guys, it's not really fear. It's anxiety. The same way you feel, guys, let me explain the emotion I'm talking about. The same way you feel if your dad says, okay, today's Christmas Day, tomorrow's Boxing Day, but I got you the gift that you wanted me to get you, that sneakers or whatever. I mean, you can see the box, but you cannot open it. And you're also feeling the same emotion. Your gas is running out. You can't breathe, but this time it's on the good side. That's the same way you feel when you have anxiety. So you got to learn to shift all your anxiety to anticipation. And how do you do that? by dreaming, by having new desires that will lead to new determination. And you know that once you push through, you would always vibrate enough so you can attract the people that will give you the information to take you to your next destination. And once you get to that destination, that dream is done. Some of you are still living in last year's dream.
Yep.
Some of you are still living in 10 years ago dream. I used to have money. Used to? Can you grab your past? If you think you have a past, let me see you physically grab it and put it in your hands right now. You can't. So faith is your ability to see the things that you cannot touch. Because I need you guys to understand something. We are no different from animals. They got flesh, you got flesh. They got bones, you got bones. They got blood, you got blood. They got a soul, you got a soul. But the only thing that God gave to us was what God told Adam. He said, Adam, name the birds in the sky and name all the creatures of the seas and all the creatures upon the land. An assignment. But God looked at Adam, and physiologically, he never gave Adam wings to fly, neither did he give Adam gills to swim. So how the heck was Adam supposed to name the birds of the sky and name the creatures of the sea? But Adam had one thing. It's called imagination. And that's what we're different from animals, because when animals sleep, they rest. But when we sleep, we dream. And I want to ask you a question. Be it 2,000 years, 4,000 years, a million years, I don't care how long Adam has been. But the question I want to ask you, do men swim the oceans? And do men fly the skies? And how did man get to that level? Imagination. So for everybody who's telling me that you can't dream about something, first, you're not using the first principle, the first law, the first assignment that God gave to you, which is the power of using your mind. You're still working with your muzzle. And I want you guys to understand that there are 4 levels of value. The lowest level of value is implementation. That's when you do the work yourself. And the resource you're using is your fist, your muzzle. Okay? And you have one major limited resource. It's time. The next level of value is implementation. At the implementation, is unification. At the unification level, is when you manage people to do the work on your behalf, and the resource you're using at that point is your management skills. You have an SOP in place, you got systems in place, you have processes in place, you have people in place to do the work for you, and you can make a lot of money. You can improve your income and start buying back your time.
Right.
The third level you want to get to, the third level of value real quick, is communication. That's when you use your mouth. Remember, money is spiritual. We went from money being physical, the man that makes nothing, to the guy that now uses part of his mind and his muscle, second level, and he makes just a little bit more. So the guy who now uses his mouth, the first level of spiritualism, it puts out a word as a course, it puts out a word as a song, it puts out his word as an actor, whatever, packages it one time, repurposes it multiple times into the universe, and just keeps making bread out of it. So if you guys would tell you that it's easier now more than ever, if you was born 20 years before now, I cannot tell you what I'm about to tell you. It is easier to make a lot of money within a short period of time now more than ever.
Yes.
Than it has ever been in the history of mankind.
Absolutely.
Guys, do you understand that 1,000,000 times 1 is 1,000,000? 100,000 times 10 is 1,000,000. 10,000 times 100 is 1,000,000. And 1,000 times 1,000 is 1,000,000. So if only you guys can learn how to develop something that you can package one time, a digital product, so the earlier you start moving from your service-based business to productizing that offer that you have, that you can package one time and repurpose. If you sold for $1,000, the only thing you have to do in 365 days is go hard to reach 1,000 people that are willing to buy from you.
That's it.
And you just made $1 million. Let's say the internet is so brutal. They don't care about you. They don't like the way you sound. They didn't understand what you're about and all of that. I'm letting you guys know that if you took action today, and even the people on the internet devalued you and said, no, we don't trust you. We're just going to give you 200. A lot of you you hear me for the first time. I don't care. I want what you're offering me, but you know what? I can only give you $300 because that's just the way I see you, because you don't have brand equity. That's the way you feel. Even at that, 1,000 sales still translates to $300,000.
Right.
At $300. Now, my question to you is, you still say you can't think? Just do a walkthrough. Write down everything you interact with from the minute you wake up in the morning. In the next 1 hour, you slept on the bed. You wrapped yourself in a duvet or comforter. You put your head on a pillow. You got pillowcases, right? And all of that. You used your toothbrush. On the toothbrush, you put a paste. You used soap to take a shower. You ran the water, right, on the faucet or the shower. You used the towel to wipe your body. You stepped on a mat. Everything I've mentioned right now is somebody's business from imagination. And they're selling millions of those things to you. So how are you going to tell me in this age and time that you cannot use your mind to create something
Right.
that provides solution to a human being?
That's
like,
what.
it's not rocket science. Look around you. People would consume something just the way you do. You spending $300, $80, $20, whatever it is, every week going to Walmart, buying products created by people who took action. I need you guys to understand this. If you're not selling something, you're being sold to.
Listen, tell them again, Ike.
If you're not selling something, you're being sold to.
Being sold to.
And that's why you want to learn the first level, which is implement, start out something. Once you start getting traction, employ people so you can buy your time back. Once it makes sense, go out into the world. Don't leave anything. Don't hold anything back. Give everything that you know right now. Everything I'm telling you right now is what I teach you in my course. The only difference in my course is what? Is more personal. Then I can focus on you. But the bottom line is, everything I'm telling you right now is what I teach in my course. So it don't matter if you paid me $3,000 or $21,000 or you paid me $300. It don't matter. It's the same thing you're going to hear. It doesn't change. All right? But what I'm telling you guys is, when you say you cannot use your imagination, meet people who have created stuff. Meet people who can mentor you. Meet people who can trick your mind to get into a place of manifestation.
Right.
Meet people who can manage your failure. Have you ever lost listen, I lost $125,000 and I called my mentor that I lost $125,000. He laughed. This nigga was laughing at me. He's like, yo, that's nothing.
Right.
Nigga, what you mean that's nothing? You see what I'm saying? Now, something that I thought was the end of my life at that point in my life turned out to be another man's joke. And after 30 minutes conversation, I picked myself up and I kept walking. But believe it or not, if I had not made that phone call, I probably would have made bad decisions from that point.
Right.
Do you guys understand how powerful mentors are? Because these guys are walking back from what you're about to experience. And what you think is the biggest failure in your life is something that they hoop past every second of their lives. And they just present it to you like a pie that you can bite right now and keep moving.
Right.
The only reason why you think you're scared of the unknown, like people still talk about fear, like I said, it's not just fear, it's anxiety. I just told you can make $1 million. Instead of you to anticipate $1 million, you just got anxiety. Oh, I hear them, but I don't think it's for me. The no you say to yourself is worse than the no that the world says to you.
Absolutely.
The no you say to yourself is worse than the no the world said to you or is going to say to you.
Right.
So all you need to learn that my mentor told me, he said, all works work.
All works work.
All works work. It's either working on you or it's working for you.
One of the two.
Whatever you did the last time did not work for you, but it's working on you because you're learning how to take pain like that. You're learning how to beat pain like that. You learn how to dream bigger so you can go make that money back in 6 weeks, not 6 years, 6 weeks. You got 6 days to 6 weeks to make it back. You see the mental shift? All right? But one thing it did for me is when I take stock, I will never make the same mistake again. So when people come into my mentorship, I have experience to share. That's firsthand. And that's what makes us coaches better. It's all our experiences and the losses that we're taking.
Right.
Like my homeboy and my friend Tor Pushman would say, listen, guys, if nobody's using you, you're useless. If nobody's using you, you're useless.
You're useless.
Please, guys, I know it might be scary, it might be hard, but I've always told you guys, the strategy is easy. It don't matter what anybody's selling to you. You're blessed by one thing. For those of you who were born here, probably you don't know it's a blessing. You just think it's your right. To be in a country called the United States of America where credit is supreme, credit is king. All you honestly have to do is fix your credits.
That's it. That's the whole play.
Fix your credits.
The whole play.
Most of us have credit repair companies that we can help you fix your credit. The reason why you're battling with fixing your credit is because you don't have a clear strategy. And I'll tell you guys what the clear strategy is. If you are down, you got negatives, and you got high, all right, income ratio, right? I mean, you got high debt to income ratio, right? Listen, which is utilization. Whether you want to get a job or you want to drive Uber or you want to do delivery or you want whatever, Amazon, tell yourself I'm going to do this for 6 to 8 months. And in those 6 to 8 months, every money that I earn, I will use it to fix my credits and ensure that I pay down those bills. I'm going to take up all the negative accounts, and the ones that are still open in good standing, I'm going to dispute the late payments, but I'm going to pay down that utilization.
Right.
What you need a good credit to look like, guys who don't understand how credit works. Y'all be using credit to get the dumbass things. A Best Buy card, a Macy's card, a Walmart card for $1,000. It don't make no sense. You got to go for the big box. I need you guys to understand that one, the bank have so much money that any time, all right, in the history of mankind. One. Two, I need you guys to understand it's a criteria-based system. So all you got to do is mirror what they want to see, and you're going to get approved. It's magic. All right? It's about your data points. And I'll tell you what the data points are, guys. Just mirror what they want to see,
right,
and you will get approved. There's no other trick to it. All right? And we know what it is that you need to look like.
Right.
And that's why I keep telling you guys, America is so blessed that you can have multiple identity.
Right.
Your first identity is what? Your social security number. The second identity was is EIN number. That means I can have 7 EIN and I become 7 people and I get, guys, funding for 8 people, myself and 7 other people that I created.
Right.
Do you guys understand that the only reason why you guys are not changing your lives right now is because you just lack the information?
That's it.
And if we're bringing information to you, you did not even pay to get into these rooms. We're literally bringing it to you for free on social media.
Right.
Why are you not jumping on it? All right. So when you do that, what you want to go for is get those trade lines to give you age and limits with minimum of 15 primary accounts. 2 trade lines will do the magic. All right. Make sure you get rid of all your negatives, derogatories, personal identifiers. Make sure they're correct and updated. So you don't have like old addresses posting. You don't have old employers posting. You don't have all of that. All right. Because it makes you look unstable. Dispute and take them off. All right. When you do that, you start looking right for the banks. Then you can go in and run what we call the funding play. The funding play will give you an average of $15,000 to $35,000 per application. And you can run 10 applications in 2 minutes with only 3 to 4 inquiries. When you do that, now you got $60,000 to $100,000 in your hands.
In your hand.
I know how people feel because you've been lied to, you've been programmed to see the financial system as income, expenditure, profit, loss, debt. See, I have to shake my camera. Debt. Once you hear debt, you get scared. Shift your mindset to assets, liability, cash flow, credits. That's the only formula you got to know. This is something they don't teach you in Harvard or anywhere in the world.
They won't.
They won't teach you. They're going to teach you income, expenditure, profit, loss, debts. The only reason why you guys have debt is this. I'll make it as simple as possible. You have a basket. The basket has holes. And your liquid is money. So when you pour liquid into a basket that has holes, what's going to happen?
Don't leak.
It's going to leak. So each of those holes are your bills. And that's how poor people live. They take their income, one income, and multiple holes. And that's why you're stressed out, guys. But all you got to really learn is this. How do I create a little container that can hold my liquid in my basket? And that's what we call assets. So it's still going to fill up, hold some water, and when it gets to the top, what's going to happen? It's going to flow out the sides. When it flows out the sides, it's called cash flow. Now, the cash flow that you have, remember, it held some water. The excess liquid flows down into the basket to pay the bills and for your lifestyle. So what a lot of people do is you go into the middle class mindset, which is still the same, poor man's mindset. You make those holes bigger by saying, I got the new iPhone, I got the new iMac, I got the new LG 84-inch television, I got the new this, I got the new whip, I got the new drips. Your holes just got bigger, player. What I'm selling to you guys, listen, all you got to learn is make sure you have income producing assets. Not everybody listening to me right now would be an entrepreneur.
Right.
Better for you if you are, better for you if you become one. We understand that, but we understand not everybody's going to be that. But right now, based on the income that you're earning, do you know, if only you learn how to make, let's say I bought a property and my mortgage on that property is $1,000. All I got to do is think, this property that I want to buy, am I going to make $2,000 from it? If I'm going to make $2,000 from that property, you can do Airbnb. Airbnb is considered a business. Buying an investment property is considered an asset.
Mm-hmm.
Asset, remember, gives you time and it makes you money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, with Airbnb, you can take the same property and make $5,000-$6,000 every month. But I ain't got time for that. I got a job. I'm just buying this property, so this property can make 2 times whatever I'm paying. So now this property is paying for itself. All right, guys, it's paying for itself, and it's giving me an extra $1,000. So yes, I live in my condo. Let's say I was paying $2,000 in my condo. Now the only thing that's coming out of my pocket from my hard work is now $1,000. Because first I got a property that pays for itself. I don't got to bother myself about that, and it gives me an extra $1,000. Now I'm leaving $1,000 less from whatever I earn.
Mm-hmm.
I can go and buy the second house and run the same play. Now I got $2,000. It doesn't seem like it's a lot, guys, but look at the math and look at the magic. Now I'm leaving for free. Remember, I'm earning $5,000 or whatever it is, or $8,000 from my job, and I used to take out $2,000 for my accommodation.
Right.
Now I don't got to take it out no more just because I invested in 2 income-producing assets. I put a tenant in there long-term. All right, long-term. I just need constant income. I ain't got time to go checking people. I ain't got time to go clean for nobody. I ain't got time to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a business. I'm just talking about income-producing assets. Now I'm living for free. So whatever money I work for and earn can go farther. Do you guys understand the concept? Now I buy myself a car, but rather than buy 1 car, I buy 2 cars. I put both of them on rental because hardly will both of them be out at the same time. Sometimes it could happen, I understand. But when I put it on rental, now my car is making me money on tour and it's paying for itself.
Right.
And I'm making extra cash off of the cars. So just by running these plays, you would find out that it's easy for you to pay down those utilization that you're running. You know why? Because your debt is serving you.
Right.
The mistake you've made before today that you're hearing our voice is because you got debts that don't serve you. You already bought the TV. You already got the satisfaction from the TV. Now it's hurting you to keep paying. But listen, I pay for the apartment that I put tenants in. You know why I pay? Because I'm paying $1,600 for the apartment, but the apartment is making me $2,800. So I'm quick to pay so I can make next month's money.
Right.
So my debt is serving me, people. I'm quick to pay my car note because that's the only way my insurance and everything will be valid next month for me to make that money off of Turo. So my question is your debt serving you so we can call it credit? When you have a $20,000 credit card, you can go to delta.com. I want to fly. I can go to delta.com and say, you know what? Delta.com/portal. Let me get on there. Let me buy a Louis Vuitton bag or a Chanel bag for $14,000. But when I'm doing it, I'm using a card that is giving me 4 points, 5 points on airline tickets. And because I use Delta Portal, for example, or United Portal/store to buy it, it's seeing me as spending that kind of money with the airlines. Now I'm getting 4 points per dollar spent. So now I'm getting 5 points, 4 points per dollar spent. Imagine if I spend $20,000 on a bag that I don't need. Now I got 20,000 points. If I have those 20,000 points and that bag is being shipped to me, make sure you buy from something that has a store in your neighborhood, like a Macy's, Neiman Marcus. All right? So the bag is being shipped to me. Now I got 100,000 points. What do? I use my points to fly for free. I don't got to fly business class. I can fly economy. All right? I fly to Houston or Miami, go chill for the weekend. All right? And when I make it back, because I got a return ticket, I didn't pay for my flights, I take the bag back to Neiman Marcus, which is my rights as a consumer, that I don't want this bag no more. They give me my money back and I pay off my credit within 30 days. I just feel for free, guys. So what we're teaching you is how to live for free, how to drive for free, how to travel for free.
That's a
How
bag.
to eat groceries for free. Once you got all these things off of your holes, you don't even need to be an entrepreneur. I'm just letting you know that even if you made $5,000, imagine if you made $5,000 and you don't got to spend for your travel or your travels, you don't got to spend on food, you don't got to spend because you're running this place that we're teaching you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine that. Now you got $5,000 that you can use to go start your entrepreneurship goals or pay for mentorship or whatever, because you don't got to pay for where you live. So the key, guys, to get to the bag ASAP, I'm talking about in 1 year, in 2 years, fix your damn credits.
Fix it.
It changes the game. Fix your credits. Look sexy for the bank. Just to give you guys another play. Whenever you guys think about the whole business play, business credit, and all of that, you overthink it. I want to ask you, as a human being, whenever you want to register in the Secretary of State, what are the key things that you need? A lot of people are walking backwards. First, you want to Google, just get on Google and Google high-risk businesses. There's a list on Google. Nobody's got to send you that, all right? It's public information. Make sure if you're in those industries, real estate, transportation, pornography, all of that, make sure that your name, all right, whatever name you're picking, if I want to say Iyke LLC, make sure it doesn't have those industries in the name, because it's going to limit your funding, all right? So when you pick a name, the first thing is you want to make sure, like I said, the name does not have high-risk industries in it. Even if you don't have an industry, guys, I beg you, be generic. General contractor. They don't mean shit. Mm-hmm. Just get a generic name. So what would the name need? You're going to need a business email, right? You're going to need a business phone number, right? To go register at the Secretary of State. How do you get the business email? You get a domain. From that domain, you buy a professional email, Google Suite, or whatever you want to use. All right? This is a $5, $6. All right? You get a business address, not your home address. So you use this information, the email, the phone number, and the address that you paid for first with the business name that you got with the domain, right? You use that to go register at the Secretary of State. Mm-hmm. So from the day that business is open, it's seen as a complete different entity from you. After you do that, is now when you go get your EIN from the IRS, and you go get your DNB number, which is Duns and Bradstreet for people who don't know what it is. And I'm telling you guys, only if you did this, if I were you, I'll open up a new company every 6 months. Get your personal credit straight, run the personal play, get up to $60,000 to $100,000 on the personal side, run these high-level plays that I'm telling you right now, so even your credit card can become an asset. Mm-hmm. You can take $20,000. So people who don't know how to buy real estate, let me tell you how you can buy into his program right now. If you run the play with your credit and you wanted, let's say, $20,000 as down payment for whatever, do you know that just by having two cards that look alike, let's say this card has $25,000, this card has $25,000 on it, right? And this card, let's say the due date is on the 1st. All you got to do, which a lot of people don't know, is you call the other card company and say, I want to make the due date on the 15th. So now, the due date, which is on the 1st, would have a statement date on the 3rd or on the 4th or whatever, okay? Now, you got 30 days to pay back. Mm-hmm. So I can liquidate this card right now. And because the other card is on the 15th, right? When after the 15th, after I post on the statement date, which somewhere time around the 19th or the 20th, on the 21st, I'm going to liquidate the other card, use Peter to pay Paul before the 1st. Guys, do you understand the play that I'm sharing with you guys? Meanwhile, I took the money to go get real estate with this program. When you run the credit play, that is what you guys gain.
That's it.
There's so much jam on the streets for you guys to stay blind.
So much. So much.
So much.
We listen, man. Their brain is mush right now, man.
You know
They
me,
can't
man. Don't get
comprehend
me
it. They can't
started.
comprehend it, man. Not all the night. Listen, I
Don't
was,
get me started.
hey, man. I'm glad you came on, man, because it's imperative that the problem is the Bible says we perish because of the lack of knowledge, and we don't get around the people and the things that we need to hear. And I was just talking about on my event that I did tonight privately that fish don't know that they're in water, and
Mm.
you don't realize that you're in water. You think it's culture. This is norm. I'm
Because
in
that's
water,
all you know.
right? Or I mean, what you mean? I'm in water. Yeah, you're
Black
in
black
water,
black people are broke.
right? That's what they think. So you grow up with the culture that we have to live off the system, or we have to do this and do that, and we don't have the ability to run plays, to understand how to do business. But tonight he's showing you, I'm telling you, you have the ability to do exactly what you put your mind to. It's just one simple thing, and that's fixing your credit. You can have the issue, you can have the right to whatever you want to when you fix your credit. I promise you.
That's your second chance right there, people.
Second
It
chance.
don't matter what we're selling to you. It don't matter how much skill we want you guys to skill. Without your credit, you can't do it.
Can't do
And
it.
and it all starts from your personal credit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
your personal credit is what you use as a personal guarantor for the businesses. I didn't say business, businesses that you own.
All
And
right.
I need you guys to understand that whatever you can get on the personal side, the rule of thumb is you can get times 2 or times 3 on the business side.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a $10,000 card from BOA can give you up to 20,000 to 25,000 on the business side. And if you have two businesses, that's $50,000.
Right.
One letter, just because you got good credit. 10K on your personal side, 20,000 probably on the business side, and 20,000 on the other. That's $50,000 one lender. You can get 5 in one day. Can you
Listen.
guys see that? Just you not taking action, you not fixing your credit, is preventing you from getting at least $250,000 in your pocket in the next 12 months, the most.
Yep.
Guys, please, we're literally begging you to be successful on these streets.
Right. Right. So what I want y'all to do, I want y'all, like we talked about, started out with this. Are you interested or are you committed? Are you interested or are you committed? Commitment says I'm restricting my freedom of just doing whatever I want to do, and I'm going to buckle down to do exactly what I need to do to make it happen. So I want y'all to get committed and not just interested in just being halfway there. Don't be selfish, right? I say that all the time. Selfish, we think selfish means I'm only for myself. No, don't be selfish. And somebody tells you what time I'm gonna pick you up, man, I'll be there about 10-ish. That means maybe. Don't be maybe. Be self-full. Stop being halfway with yourself. I need you to stop being selfish. I need you to be all the way for making sure that you know exactly what you're doing and you're trying to make the best decisions in life. Stop being selfish.
Can I also tell them this? Because a lot of people don't understand that word decision. I need you guys to understand that you're always making a decision,
Right,
whether,
right,
whether you like it or not. Listen, even if you decide to not take action and you're quiet about the things we're saying, I need you to understand that you decided to do nothing. And that's the decision right there. And when you do something, that's also a decision to do something.
right, right.
So I need you to always understand that you're always making a decision. So my question to you, are you going to decide to do nothing, or you would decide to start doing something?
Right.
And that's where the commitment comes from.
That's right.
It's not going to happen in 30 days, guys. We got to
No.
give you guys the right expectation. There are losses along the way. But after the L's, like Push would say, is the M, the money.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Stop being scared of the failure. We go through failure every day. Just because we
Every,
come on here, telling, if I didn't tell you guys I lost that kind of money on an investment, y'all would never know what we go through.
right, right.
But it is what it is. And we're still out here on the streets winning. Let's win, people. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
So
Let's get it.
I need everybody on this live. If you're going to commit to bettering who you are, bettering your credit, understanding what's going on and what's happening, first I need you to do two things. I need you to take a screenshot of what you see right now as a reminder and post this tonight. I need you to post this tonight when you get off, telling yourself this is going to be the beginning of my new life, because I'm taking advantage of what I heard tonight with getting my credit situated and understanding that this has nothing to do with black or white. This has nothing to do with oppression and all those things, because you're hearing it from two guys that have A1 credit. You know what I'm saying? That understands what it means to do what you need to do. So take a screenshot for one and post that tonight. My life changed. When you get off here, post my life changed. And if you're going to do what it takes to get where you need to be, I need you to put a 10 in the chat right now. Everybody on 10, on a level 10, everybody that's going to commit to doing what they're supposed to do, I need you to put 10 in the chat. If you're going to halfway do it, then you're going to get off the live. But if you're going to commit to making yourself better and stop losing money because of the cost of inaction, put a 10 in the comments right now. There you go. I need to see the 10. I need to see commitment from everybody that's on here. You ain't just looking. We ain't just reading comments. We ain't just trying to figure out who people are. We talking about committing to ourselves, knowing that I'm going to make a commitment starting tonight. Like you said, what if the decision that you've been hesitating to make calls you to make $250,000 in 6 months, and you're
Come on.
so that means in 39 years you've been wasting your time. All you had to do was make a decision. Your life changed in 6 months. Like a lot of us, we don't have 10 years worth of bad credit.
I got a question. If you've been doing the same thing in the last 10 years of your life and your life hasn't changed, what makes you think doing the same thing again this year is going to bring about change?
That's
You
what
got to do something different.
I asked. We're what? February the 2nd. What have you done different in these 32, 33 days, 34 days that you've not done different in the last 365 of 2021? If you're doing the same thing, then you didn't start a new year. You're just in 2021 in day 400 now. What are you doing different? Your life has not progressed. You've anchored in the last business decision that failed, or the last place that you had it, or the last place that you were on top. And you're just going through life accepting the fact that I made some bad decisions. After tonight, though, everybody that put that 10 in that chat, I need you to commit to doing it. If you ain't put a 10 in the chat, they don't expect nothing. You just on here just to be watching anyway. But if you're serious about it, I need you to do it.
Another thing I want to ask you guys, for those who put in 10 right now, make it a habit whenever you get on a live. All right? Don't be selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Always share the live if you know you're getting information that people around you need.
Right.
Because you guys are going to hold yourself accountable. Some of us are unreachable.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Always find people, grow on a network that you can share this video with.
Right.
Because the more we put it out in our community, always make sure you tag 10 people. Whenever you're getting information for free, tag 10 people. The reason is not just for us to grow our channel, it's for more ears to get this, so that people around you, your community, your friends, and your family that you're sharing these videos with, so you guys can start speaking the same language. Some of us, it took us alone to walk this walk and talk this talk. All right? And it's hard when you do it alone. But if you start sharing this with people around you, people that you call friends and all that, gradually, I need you guys to understand that your language will change, because now you're following the same people. The impact, all right, is affecting all of you. And you can start seeing change amongst you guys, and you start sharing those things that you guys are gaining. And that's key, because some of us need those information to manifest around us to be able to take action, because you know the day that you heard the word that your life changed. And when your friend comes to you and say, that video that you shared with me, I took action, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm getting, you might take action 3 weeks from now, 6 months from now. But it's easy because that day you remember you were the one who shared the video. And if somebody that you know that feels like you, that you understand the person's life and everything the person has been through, and it mirrors yours, is changing his or her life, you can do it too. Because I understand how impossible it is sometimes for you guys to phantom and stay with us and connect with us thinking, oh, we're lucky. People feel that way. But I need you to understand, those who hate wealth never attain it. So I need you to start loving wealth. I need you to understand that you're of God, you're from God, you're with God, and God is with you. And because of that, God promised his children, saying, if you serve me and you're about me, I will bless you with prosperity. So how can anybody tell me that prosperity is bad for my faith? If prosperity is what God wants to give us in abundance for worshiping, for serving him, how are you telling me that God wants to give us what would destroy our life? So money is nothing. If you're a good person, money only escalates it. If you're a bad person, money just shows more of that side. All right. The question is, have you worked on yourself? Are you 16 or you're 36, like I asked you, for the things that you're looking for? And it starts from you making a commitment, staying in that commitment, holding yourself accountable, doing it for the people around you, be it your child, be it your parents, be it your friends, be it your community or whatever. You're too small for the angels of God to stand up tonight and be a blessing unto you. Solve a problem. God will never come down in flesh to solve our problems. From amongst us, he's going to raise men and women to be his word, to be his pillars, to be the salt of the earth. So I'm asking you right now, are you a pillar? Are you a salt of the earth? Is your voice out there blessing people and making sure that families can eat so that the promises of God, which is abundance to his people and his children, is made sufficient?
Absolutely.
I'm asking you guys. Are you just a grass? Are you a mere grass? Are you a mere sand that we step on every day? Or you're part of the people that are building people on these streets? We got no business telling you our business. We came out here, all right, selling our business to you because we know that our story can affect you positively and that can create prosperity.
Right.
And that's why we give out the wealth, because wealth is not a pie that you eat and it depletes. No. Wealth is a fruit. When you eat, there are seeds in it, and we're taking that seed and planting that seed in you right now. And in 5 to 10 years, we would have built a whole forest of prosperity. And that's how we build wealth, real wealth as a people.
That's right. That's
please, guys, please, guys, please, guys, please, guys, think about your life. Think about your unborn children. Think about the children that you already have. Think about the woman that you say you love. Think about your mama. Think about your papa. Do this for your community. Do this for somebody. And I promise you, the reward is automatic. It's beyond you.
It is.
It's beyond you. It will always be beyond you.
Iyke, I got my community dropping tomorrow, where they'll be plugged in with me twice a month privately. Emails weekly, text capability. Like, we're dropping it tomorrow. Everybody that joins the community is getting a copy of my free book that I'm releasing next month. Like, listen, man, I want y'all to be plugged in. I want you to be tapped in. I'm going to bring in people like Iyke, like my brother Iyke is going to be in on a lot of these masterminds that we do privately. Y'all are getting a sneak peek just of what's happening right now, but I'm going to have a whole community of people from my pulpit is different that's going to be able to tap in and plug in. And this community is going to be something that is going to spread nationally, internationally, because we're going to make sure that we're putting this information out there so people can stay tapped into it. So stay tuned. I'm going to drop this thing tomorrow, man. I love you. I appreciate you, man, for stopping through, man, dropping a bomb on us, man.
Appreciate you, sir.
So I'm dropping
for us. It's for them.
Tomorrow, the community, you'll be able to sign up. You'll be able to tap into it and make it do what it do. So I'm excited about it, man. And when y'all get a chance to capitalize on something, don't let opportunities pass you by. Tonight can be the night that your life changes completely. Tonight can be the night your life changes completely. And you say, you know what? I'm making a decision to do something for myself. I'm making a decision, like you said, for my unborn children. I'm making a decision to do exactly what I need to do. Or in 10 years, you're going to be here and say, you know what? I had the opportunity and I missed it. Again, a lot of us don't have 10 years worth of bad credit. We have 10 years worth of decision making that landed us the same thing. You really can probably fix your credit in a year or less. You wasted 9 because you were afraid of the future. So now you got to make a decision and you got to do it quickly. Right? I need you to get it done. All right, man. I appreciate you, man.
Always a pleasure, sir.
Have a good night, bro.
God bless you, sir.
All
And
right.
God bless everyone on here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bye.